I'm Ravindran, and I'm a professor at IIT Madras, and I head the Center for Responsible AI and as well as the Vadvani School of Data Science and AI at IIT Madras. And I have been looking at the notion of developing responsible AI for India and what are the challenges. Right? So there are the top biggest challenge, right, in developing something for India is that we really do not have a good understanding of what it means to be fair in the Indian societal context, right? So the fairness, typically people talk about a few axes of discrimination, and we really need to figure out what are the appropriate set of axes that we have to look at. I mean, it's certainly not race, right? Gender is a big factor in India, so we have to look at what are the various factors that we have to talk about in the context of India, and also in the context of each and every vertical that we apply. So, what is discrimination in healthcare, right? Might not be discrimination in finance, right? So, we have to figure out how we understand this in the Indian context. That's research that has to be done in every society. The second biggest challenge is about explaining things, right? So the transparency in all parts of the AI chain, right? So starting from data gathering all the way to the decision making and deployment of AI solutions, right? And in India, for example, when somebody talks about informed consent of data, we have no notion of what informed consent means for a large fraction of the population. They are not quite educated to the level of understanding the value of data even, right? So people are happy to give away their data for free. So how do we even talk about informed consent? Starting from there, the transparency starts there, from the root of where we get the data, all the way to when we make decisions, right? How would we explain it in a non-technical, non-legal language to the lay person, so that they can understand and why a decision that's made by AI that affects them personally has been done. Right? So that's the second big challenge. And the third challenge, it's not just the question of challenge in India, it's a challenge everywhere. It's about how would you quantify safety of AI systems? So it's not clear. So there are many statistical measures that AI researchers have come up with, but that need not necessarily translate to our inherent notion of what is safe. Right? So, for example, I might come up with AI systems that have some kind of statistical metrics, like how accurately they would classify a particular disease. Right? But then I might want to have these metrics in terms of risk to life, not necessarily in terms of accuracy. Right? So those kinds of issues have to be understood in a more fine-grained, nuanced manner, and that needs to be done for India as well. So there are all these three things, right? So I'm talking about fairness and ethics, talking about transparency, and talking about performance and safety metrics. Right? So all of these needs to be done for India.